it's Mena, and tonight this is my last video for tonight, and this is going to be things I regret buying because of a commercial. Now here are some things that are actually toys that I regret buying because of a commercial. And just because they didn't work out for me doesn't mean they wouldn't work out for you. Well, these toys are no longer around, so if you like these toys when you were a kid and they had them when you were around, then that's completely fine. I just personally regret wanting them because of a commercial. And I'm going to get started. So number one and this is going to be 10 things I regret buying because of a commercial. And again, if you guys like any of these toys that I mentioned in here, then that's completely fine. We all have different opinions. So I'm going to get started, and I will try my best to explain each product as best as I can. So number one on my list had to be lovable bears. So basically what they were was these bears that were like the size of the palm of your hand, and they were hard. And they each had a heart-shaped nose that lit up when you stuck like a bottle in its mouth, and it had like a little hole in its mouth for the bottle. I bought it because I remember I bought a purple one because I thought it was extremely cute. And then when I tried it out, like gave it the bottle, I liked the smell of the bottle. It smelled like vanilla. When I gave it the bottle, for some weird reason, its nose did not light up like it said in the commercial. And then I read the instructions, and the instructions made sense, but it still didn't work. And then we looked at the battery, and I think the battery was dead, and then we replaced the battery, and it still didn't work. So sadly, we had to take it back to the store. I was super disappointed because I really thought they were so cute. It had like blue eyes, and it was the color purple with like a red heart-shaped nose. It was really cute. And it was kind of a big keychain, so it probably wouldn't be able to fit on your work on your backpack because it was so big. Number two on my list has to be the Easy Bake Oven. The reason I regret buying the Easy Bake Oven was because I hated that you had to put a light bulb in the one they had when I was a kid. So the one they had when I was a kid looked more like a microwave rather than a real oven. And you could bake stuff in it. A lot of you guys probably know what the Easy Bake Oven is because obviously you grew up with the Easy Bake Oven. So basically the one version that I had when I was little needed a light bulb, and it looked like a microwave. My parents hated that toy because my mom hated that you needed a light bulb to get the toy to work instead of like batteries or plugging it in. It only worked with a light bulb, which is kind of weird. And I think the light bulb had burned out a few times, and we had to kind of take it apart and I think it was also a pain to take apart, than put back. It was also a pain to take apart than put back together. Now they're there to get a light bulb back in, and we hate it. That's one thing we hated about the Easy Bake Oven. Number three on my list would have to be the Spray FX Spray Art Kit. The Easy Bake Oven, I saw this on an infomercial, and I had to get it because it reminded me so much of blow pens, and I love blow pens. And when I was a kid, so basically what blow pens are was you had to put your mouth over it, and then when you blew on it, the ink would come out. The only downfall is you couldn't breathe in it because the ink taste would go in your mouth, and it tastes awful. Well, and it probably wasn't safe because those pens probably had toxic ink in them. So basically what the Spray FX Spray Art Kit was you stuck a pen into this like little machine thing, and it was attached to like a little carrying case that had batteries, and then when you pressed it, the ink would spray out onto the marker onto the paper. The only downfall was I felt like it didn't work as well as blow pens did. No matter how hard I pressed with the Spray FX Spray Art Kit, no matter how hard I pressed, there's not enough ink coming out of it, which slightly disappointed me. Because I thought they were going to be like blow pens as opposed to blow pens. When you blew on them really hard, more ink would come out. That product was like a cheap rip-off of blow pens, even though blow pens you had to put in your mouth. Number 4 on my list would have to be Rainbow art. I saw this on TV and my grandparents bought it for me because I wanted it. And when I tried it out, I was super disappointed because like the sponge like would wear out, I think within like 3 or 4 uses. It got so it was like so dirty. It would like wear out. After like 2 or, actually I think it was like 3 uses. After like 3 or 4 uses, it was so dirty. Like it was stained with paint and it was really bad. And then when I tried it out, and the sponges to the spray effects, I mean not spray effects, rainbow art were worn out too quickly. Like they got stained so badly with paint. Even the paint would like get stuck on, even the paint like wore it out too. Used so badly. Like it didn't clean off like really well as other paintbrushes usually do. It like wore out after 3 uses. And I felt bad because my grandparents bought that for me because I wanted it. Number 5 on my list had to be Easy Bake Oven. I mean, not Easy Bake Oven. Number 5. Number 5 on my list would have to be a fuzzy flower kit that I got from that was from Rose Art. I got that as a Christmas present because I wanted it, because I wanted to try it out, and I thought it would look like fun to try. And basically what you did was you had to put these fuzzy colors in, and you had to wipe glue onto the flower. And then basically what you did was you stuck it into this machine, and the flower would be upside down, and it was a fake flower. And then when you pressed the button, the fuzz would go all over the flower. I liked it, but the only downfall is I only used it like 3 times, and then I think the machine stopped working and we got rid of it. So I just forgot the name. And I'm sorry, I think it was Fuzzy Flowers by Rose Art. I don't really remember because I haven't seen that. I just don't really remember because I got it like I think in 4th grade, so I don't really remember the name of the toy. So basically what it was like a machine that you had to put glue on like fake flowers, and then when you pressed the button, all the fuzz came onto the flowers. All the different color fuzz would come onto the flowers. And created fuzzy flowers. I think I tried it out like several times, but the only downfall was I never used it again after I used up all the flowers. So I think I just didn't use it very much. Number 6 on my list had to be Ketchup Bubble. Now basically what this was, it was like bubbles you blew, and then when you lifted your finger out, the bubbles would fall on your finger without popping, being like normal bubbles would. How cool is that? So my dad got that for me as a little present so I could try it out because he's really into science stuff. And as I tried out the product, I thought it was pretty fun. But the only thing I didn't like was that the bubbles would stick to my finger like dried up glue would. And I had to like rub my fingers together to get it off, and I hated that feeling. Yeah, it felt like, you guys know how you feel when glue dries on your fingers, it like gets stuck there and then you have to peel it, rub it off of your fingers to get it to come off? Well, that's what I'm talking about. Number 7 on my list had to be Fur Real Friends. I like the Fur Real Friends toys. They were just these fuzzy cats. They were so cute. And I ended up getting 2. I don't know why. I asked for it for Christmas because I thought it was a fun little toy to play with, and it was really soft and it felt like a real cat. It was like the cutest thing I'd ever seen. But the only thing I didn't like about it was sometimes I'd have to it wouldn't work. It wouldn't stay on for very long, so I had to switch the the switch on and off and on and off several times, and that was the only annoying downfall I had with that toy. Sometimes it would stop working and then I'd have to switch it on. It would just kind of stop working, which was kind of sad. Sad because I'd have to keep switching the switch on and off in order to get it to work. Like, I'd have it on for, like, I think about 5 minutes, and then it stopped working for 5 minutes, and then I'd switch it off, and then I'd switch it back on, and then it would work again for 5 minutes. That was the only downfall. Number 8 on my list had to be Play-Doh. The reason I regret buying Play-Doh is because it stank. I hated the smell of it. It smelled awful. It was fun to play with, but honestly, it just smelled so bad. I really did not like the smell of Play-Doh. You know, every time I had to smell it, I would kind of gag because the smell was so bad. And even though it wasn't strong, and I know I'd probably be overreacting, but it would smell really, really bad. Number 9 on my list would have to be Powerpuff Girls Sea-Watch. I actually got that as a present from my friend for Christmas, because she knew at the time I loved the Powerpuff Girls. I actually don't like them anymore, but when I was little, I was obsessed with the Powerpuff Girls, so she got me this cute watch. And, for Christmas, and I liked it. But the only problem was the watch didn't really tell time. We had to reset it to tell time. And then it was just kind of annoying with, like, the voice and stuff like that. The character's voice and stuff. Like, it was so loud, I had no way to turn the volume down. Or no way to switch it off. I just had to, like, press a button so it would tell the time and stuff. Well, actually, we had to reset it to get it to tell the time. It just wouldn't tell the time when I first bought it for some weird reason. I don't know why. But the watch was pretty fun and cute. But it's just, I just didn't like how it wouldn't tell me the time. Number 10 on my list had to be What's Her Face. Now, basically what these were dolls that you could draw on their faces and you could create their emotions and stuff and give them looks on their faces. The only thing I didn't like about that doll was that because it would get so dirty after 3 to 4 uses. I mean, it was a fun toy to play with. Like, you could switch her clothes. Like, you could change up her outfit a lot. But the only downfall was that she would get so messy after so many uses of the marker and stuff. Like, there'd be marker smeared all over her face. It wouldn't really come off. There would be marker. The stamps wouldn't really work either that she came with either. I mean, that toy was pretty fun, but the only downfall was their stamps wouldn't work. Okay, so those are the 10 things I regret buying because of a commercial. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video soon. Bye!